Okay. It's time for me to check in. And shout out to everybody tuning in. Yo, let's get right to it. All right, today is actually not a training day. Today is supposed to be recording day. Several things did not go as planned. Based on what I thought I needed versus what happened in the moment where, as it turns out, I actually need this instead to make this work. Ironically, not ironically, clearly and deliberately, apparently. Interesting timing. You know who you are if you're tuned in. If one of my peeps, if you're tuned in today. Interestingly enough, one of my iron sharpens iron brothers sent me a message yesterday. I have to remember exactly what it says, but anyway, the punchline comes down to clarity is what happens while you're moving on the journey, like you're moving towards it, you're on your way, you're doing your thing. That's where the clarity happens. Basically explaining like, so you're not going to have that moment of clarity while you're in the planning phase. I remember there's this one place where I received a message. I believe I'm in a book. But anyways, basically, they were explaining that the reason why you'll fail, you'll break, you will turn back and go right back to where you came from, your comfort zone, where it's safe, all of those things, you will turn around and go back there with the quickness because there's a strong probability, more than likely, somebody like you, like people like them, will come up with this idea for going forward or progressing or doing the thing while they are in an extremely comfortable position and situation. This is going to be an interesting turnaround of events, the way I'm laying this out. Okay. Basically, it's like one of those things. This message comes from a person who is known for a lot of things. One of the things that he's known for is running how he runs, where he runs, how long he runs, stuff like whatever. But basically, he kind of says this thing like, yeah, you came up with this idea to run I don't know, a 5K or a marathon or whatever it is that you decided to come up with this idea that you're going to go and do this run. Where were you? What were you doing? What was going on with you when you said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do that run? Were you sitting in a coffee shop drinking a latte in an air-conditioned room, maybe sitting on a lazy boy in your perfectly air-conditioned house, or whatever the case is, when you saw somebody running on TV, came across the idea on your phone, however it came across the idea, and you thought to yourself, hey, I should go and run one of those. And then on the day when you're supposed to do the run, it rains, or it's hot, or whatever any of those conditions that could come up to deter you and send you right back to like, nah, I'm not really committed to I really wanted to do this. I'm not going to do that in this condition though. Meanwhile, the race still goes on without you in it, because that's how it works. And I've heard several people say that, man, it's something about when you're running. Running will clear a mind out. Hey, and if you're going for a really casual run, something that's inside your comfort zones, man, you could be, I don't know, you could have all kinds of thoughts. You could have all kinds of thoughts while you're running casually. When you're running seriously, though, like, oh man, it's storming out here. Oh man, it's cold out here. Oh man, there's all that stuff going on. And you go anyway. Oh man, when you get done with that run, hey, what can stop me in another aspect of my life if I can do that? If I could do that in this, I could do this in just about anything. That's that whole mindset transition shift thing, clarity thing. You're not going to have that, hey, yo, if I could do this and this didn't stop me. Yo, then what else could stop me? You're not going to have that. You're not going to have that moment of clarity. With that being said, let's talk about certain things that I got going on today that just didn't work. All right. I'm going to contact my guy who runs the Hyperbolic Chamber about the temperature again. So I'm going to have to do it. So I'm going to have to look for an alternate place to do my sprints. I can train with colder temperatures with layers on. That feels like, yeah, I could just layer up and peel layers off as needed. However, based on how my body is set up, body fat going lower, the way how it seems like I have this sensitivity to extremely cold. I've noticed a pattern. I've noticed a pattern, and I have to move accordingly because of it. There's this thing where if my body is moving at a particular temperature and it gets hit with an extreme, it gets hit with extreme cold. Man, my body that doesn't work for me. That's one of those like you know, I'm gonna have to do something different. Like that's not gonna work for me. It's not gonna happen. So it is what it is. This place where I'm training at now, man, it's close. It's close to home base, and there's a machine in there that's perfect for me to train my legs. So I may possibly still keep that place just for that one particular machine. Other than that, I'm either gonna have to I gotta find another place. I gotta find another place to train. Anyway, so that's one thing that happened today. That it's a major obstacle slash. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and figure out a way to activate no joke mode and solution my way up out of that. Next thing, today is supposed to be film day, and I was gonna okay, today is supposed to be film day. We're in as everything that I did with training, I'm gonna go ahead and follow up on this day and just go ahead and do my film everything, and then put it up somewhere along the lines where I have my lesson plans and do that. Working from memory of what happened earlier in the week and filming it later on in the week, that completely didn't work today. So I have to put a script together. I've done it before and I didn't think that I needed it now. As it turns out, it doesn't work without it. So I'm going to have to get an actual analog style notebook and track everything on a notebook, or yeah, it's gonna have to be in a notebook. If I had an iPad, which the original plan was I was supposed to have at least two devices, where I have my phone to record. Well, I have my recording device, and I can have a pad where I can pull out and access my notes. Doing it all on one device isn't working or going to work. So I'm either going to have to get an iPad or notepad. I may have to do the note pad in the meantime. However, with all of the other things that I have going on and happening, I may have to figure out a way how to get that iPad ASAP. Anyways, so those are the challenges that I have going on. I'm gonna have to no joke mode all of that. This video is going a little bit longer than I planned. I need to actually go ahead and get into the House of Gratitude, get situated, and get out to the job. Anyways, with that being said, clarity, I guess the message is clarity as you go, clarity as you grow. Uh, you're not going to get clarity in that there, 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 there is some clarity that I've gotten being still. Let me be still and take a look at what's happening around me. Being able to take that clarity with you on the move and improve as you move. Yeah, that's the next tier. Anyways, so I'll leave you with the message. Man, what's more important than clarity, aka that enlightenment, which is part of what my superpower is. So we're gonna do this forward, upward, through. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere but here, but you are here. So thank you for that. The three S's: support, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Forward, upward, through. That is what we do. God willing, I'll be with you tomorrow. Until then, yeah.